Here we are, live on YouTube.
You are listening live to ACIM Gather, a gathering for A Course in Miracles students and teachers. For more shows and information, visit acimgather.com.
And there we are, live on both.
All right.
Down over here. All right, I'm turning the mic over to you, Rev Wayne Stills.
Hey, what's going on? It's Rev Wayne Stills from Miracles Everywhere. Miracles everywhere. Miracles are everywhere. Just choose Christ over ego, and there's your miracle. There's your miracle. Choose to love, choose to care, choose to reach out and connect, make a connection with others, as opposed to disconnecting and staying isolated and fragmented. Okay, so I'm going to play the lesson. Do you want to hear the what is as well?
Yeah, would you please? Because
Sure.
I like this. What is really pretty bad.
It's a good one. It's a good one. The whole thing is about 6 minutes long or so. I guess it's not like it's super long or anything. So we'll still have time for our book today, which is Joseph Bennett's The Way Beyond. The Way Beyond. It's the third book in his 5-book collection, and the first was The Impersonal Life, and the second was the Way Out, and this is The Way Beyond. And it's been a pleasure so far. So I come around and just listen to it. It's a spiritual book about the voice, getting in touch with the voice of God within, and allowing it to guide you and be you. I think that's the best way of summing it up for today, at least. All right. So anything else, Lynn, before I play the little lesson?
No, I'm just eager to hear this.
Okay.
I love it when you do this. So.
All right. So just relax. Take it easy, everyone. And unless it's not on the radio right now, so anyone, what are you for? Anyone listening on the anyone listening on the
radio or Pal Talk?
Yeah, are they Pal Talk radio? I thought you weren't. I thought we weren't on the radio, Pal Talk right now. So we're at Pal Talk. We're live streaming. Because I have to take a Zen moment here as I share the sound. So there's something I do here, and okay. So the 2 songs I'm going to play in the background are by Marco Malone, "The Lady of Love," and Ricky Dimensions. So let's just start relaxing.
9. What is the second coming? Christ's second coming, which is sure as God, is merely the correction of mistakes and the return of sanity. It is a part of the condition that restores the never lost and reestablishes what is forever and forever true. It is the invitation to God's Word to take illusion's place, the willingness to let forgiveness rest upon all things without exception and without reserve. It is the all-inclusive nature of Christ's second coming that permits it to embrace the world and hold you safe within its gentle advent, which encompasses all living things with you. There is no end to the release the second coming brings, as God's creation must be limitless. Forgiveness lights the second coming's way because it shines on everything as one, and thus is oneness recognized at last. The second coming ends the lessons that the Holy Spirit teaches, making way for the last judgment, in which learning ends in one last summary that will extend beyond itself and reaches up to God. The second coming is the time in which all minds are given to the hands of Christ, to be returned to spirit in the name of true creation and the will of God. The second coming is the one event in time which time itself cannot affect. For everyone who ever came to die, or yet will come, or who is present now, is equally released from what he made. In this equality is Christ restored as one identity, in which the sons of God acknowledge that they all are one, and God the Father smiles upon his Son, his one creation, and his only joy. Pray that the second coming will be soon, but do not rest with that. It needs your eyes and ears and hands and feet. It needs your voice. And most of all, it needs your willingness. Let us rejoice that we can do God's will and join together in its holy light. Behold, the Son of God is one in us, and we can reach our Father's love through him. Lesson 307. Conflicting wishes cannot be my will. Father, your will is mine, and only that. There is no other will for me to have. Let me not try to make another will, for it is senseless and will cause me pain. Your will alone can bring me happiness, and only yours exists. If I would have what only you can give, I must accept your will for me and enter into peace where conflict is impossible. Your Son is one with you in being and in will, and nothing contradicts the holy truth that I remain as you created me. And with this prayer we enter silently into a state where conflict cannot come, because we join our holy will with God's in recognition that they are the same.
All right, there you go.
Wow, that was beautiful.
The second coming of Christ and the lesson 307. And I think that was very helpful. Very helpful. Anything you want to add on to that before we what's that for you?
Yeah, it's just, yeah, the second coming is my recognition of my own Christ mind. And that's such a beautiful gift that is for us. Um and we're reading that earlier today, and where he says, I need your hands and your feet and your eyes and your ears, and he needs us to let go of them and let him control everything. uh
Yeah.
we don't control any of it. um he's not telling us go out and you know knock on people's doors, or march in the streets and tell about A Course in Miracles or give big speeches. He's saying, just let me do it,
Hmm.
and you do whatever it is that I tell you to do. which, you become, we become helpless because we are helpless. And when we allow the Holy Spirit to be our only help, we do, we give up our will for the will of God.
Yeah,
And
and then our will becomes our, then God's will becomes our will, and our will
yeah,
is God's will. And then we also share, we share the same will if we're doing God's will. I mean, God's will is very clear. He wants us to be givers and sharers and lovers and peace. He wants us to share His light with others. And in a sense, you could say that pleases God, although God doesn't really need to be pleased. You can say that pleases God. That pleases our Creator, our Maker, whatever you want to say. God, we please ourselves, our higher selves. We please our higher self. Uh, uh, so, uh, so, so when I share, because otherwise, I'm not really receiving any love from God if I'm not sharing it. Because love has to. That's why I always use the word light. Because light, light has to be light. It has to shine.
yeah, yes,
Otherwise, what is it? It's like this, if you take this light, you put it under the covers and put it in blankets and put it under, it's not light anymore.
that's right.
You know,
I
it's
think
now
you
it's this
said
dark.
that.
So yeah, so you have to share. You have to just share with other people, share, and then you're in the light. Then you're in love. Then you're in peace.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. Then your light will shine before, so shine before men,
exactly.
as the Bible says.
Right.
So, and this goes, what we're getting ready to read right now goes exactly with that. Oh, just the whole lesson and everything today,
Yeah, lessons good
because
too.
it's talking about the truth of what I am.
Yes, there's no will other than His will. We just were saying that. I mean, I'm trying to make, I should make another will because it's senseless. There's no other will. So it's just like taking your head and hitting them against the wall. Try and make up
Yeah,
another will.
exactly. So do you want me to read? We're reading
Sure.
from The Way Out, or The Way
Yeah.
Beyond,
Yeah.
by Joseph Benner. It's part of a 5-book set. Now I got, it's on my Kindle, obviously. So this is the third one. And so I will read. Um, and this I see is the voice of Christ speaking through this Joseph Benner guy 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Telling us about,
He was about as interested in becoming famous as Helen was, just so we know. That's the one thing we know about him, is that he had no interest in being famous
yeah, yeah.
for
And
his
in fact, this was listed as anonymous,
right.
of what
All
I
his
could
life.
know about it. Yeah.
All his
So
life. If I didn't know who it was when I first bought it, that was, which was really crazy because if you read it, the first one, you read it, it's sold from the first person point of view, but you really you realize right away it's told from your point of view.
yeah,
It's told from the point of view of the reader.
yeah, it's amazing. And
You know, so midway through, I'm talking to myself here. I've been talking to myself the whole time. This is me talking to me.
yes,
And in a sense, the course is doing the same thing.
huh, it is.
If you think about it, because we are Jesus, Jesus is us. We're all one. So in a sense, the course is doing the same thing. It's just not. It's not as doing. It's not screaming it out as much as the impersonal life does.
Yeah.
Of course, I scream, "I am you. I am you. I am you."
I know that. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward here.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting to me too is, because it's my thought, is that when I first heard about this book, the reason I heard about it was because I heard that Elvis loved this book and he
He
carried it with him everywhere he went.
he did. He passed him
Him
out
and
for
his
my.
wife. And so
Yeah, I used to hear he used to pass him out. His second favorite book next to the Bible is what he used to tell him.
yeah,
He used to
uh,
pass it out to everyone he met.
yeah. So, obviously, he was in a right-minded thinking mode for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
he sure was. Unfortunately, yeah, his addiction mind, I guess, was still around. But who knows actually what was going on there. And in the end, all I know that he was a very, very spiritual person, very spiritual, far more than most people knew.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Which, I mean, look at all the great songs that he sang that were spirituals, that
Yes,
definitely just devotion to God.
Yes, yes.
Very heartfelt and very, I mean, that was sincere stuff. So
Yeah, and then all the ones that he just sang that weren't necessarily just pure, kiddie. He called those songs. It was good songs, the old songs, like "Don't Be Cruel" and stuff like that. But he called those children's songs. What he did later, he felt he has those songs like the songs that he did when the high school kiddie songs for him compared to the songs he did later.
yeah,
Because some of the big rock songs, those are the big songs he felt like he was more proud of. Those songs those 2 minute songs.
yeah,
When I grew up, I have 10 songs by him I knew because that's also the play on the radio.
yeah,
It was
exactly.
when iTunes came out. I suddenly go, Jesus, fuck, this has a lot of songs. I
Yeah,
realized how many songs he had when iTunes came out because it flooded me with it. I was about 300 with alternative takes, about 400 songs.
wow.
With alternative takes because he had about 3, 4 takes over here, 8 takes
Oh
over
gosh.
here, 4 takes over here. So they all of them about 500 songs. Maybe even with the concerts and everything like that. But he did about 1,100 concerts. So,
Yeah, and every one of those was different.
yeah,
So
the reason why he dropped dead.
yeah,
He didn't stop. He didn't stop for a minute.
yeah. And unfortunately, the way that he was able to fuel his body to keep moving in that direction was through partaking of things that, eventually will destroy your
Yeah.
body.
Well,
So
yeah, he used what they call vessel, a huge soul. And
yes,
he took it all he could take in at one time, and then
yep,
it popped, and that was it. He was done.
yeah,
Some
yeah,
people want to go, some people come here for a purpose, and they want to go.
yeah.
He,
God
he,
bless him.
he came here for a purpose, and he had a certain way of doing things. And from what I understand, no one was going to stop him. One of the things about the movie, the movie was very good about the race thing, but they made him look kind of weak. I wasn't enjoying. I think he was a bit stronger minded than the movie had him. Yeah,
Yeah, Elvis was a force, and there's no
yeah,
way that I mean, he was the king. I
yeah,
seriously, I
yeah.
don't mean to demean anybody else, but he was a force. He had a power that ran through him, and it was quite evident when he was on stage. People could feel it in the audiences. Just in everything he did was so full throated, full powered.
Yeah.
And yeah, so if
He did like this book. He liked this book. This was one of his favorite books. We
yeah,
kind of book from this book in the Bible. Bible was his favorite book was the Bible. I think he had to say that. Didn't he?
yeah,
Uh, but
but this is clearer by far than the Bible, and
yeah,
I don't want to talk about the Bible.
yeah,
So anyway, so let me start reading. How
yeah,
about that?
yeah.
All right, so this is the Way Beyond by Joseph Benner. Uh, it must then be his with a capital H, his consciousness with a capital C. So the consciousness, the Christ mind, it must then be his consciousness that is your consciousness, but stepped down through your higher self to your soul and then to your human mind, expressing itself on the spiritual plane in your higher self as the Christ consciousness, on the soul plane in your soul or soul consciousness, and on the physical plane in your brain mind as mortal consciousness. So he's really talking about the states of mind that we are, the higher self, the truth of what we are, and then the decision making Christ mind on the soul consciousness uh, level, and then the body mind as is uh so evident here. So um so it's Christ consciousness, but it's stepped down, and I like the word step down because that's what a transformer does.
Right,
uh, if you are getting power to your house from the electric company, it's going through transformers
right.
that turning it from the direct current or the current that's generated into
Exactly,
a current that's able to be used in your
exactly.
house. If you got full blown current from the power company without the transformer, it would blow out all the circuits and your house would burn down.
Absolutely. Yep. And then that's how you come up from the highest level of consciousness is the highest level of spiritual, almost you can say spiritual electricity.
Yes.
And then that transforms all the way down to you to get to this realm, which is spiritual too. We call it physical. It's just a level of vibration that we call dense, and that we call dense, we call vibrant, we call physical, we call matter. But it's just spiritual. It's just spiritual in nature, in quality as the highest level. So it's the same substance. Only one substance here.
Yeah, it's just
There's different variations.
transformed. Yeah.
Different
Totally.
variations of the same substance, which is
And
mind stuff.
in fact, it's something that I found out a long time ago that I've actually, pay attention to and notice all the time now is, did you ever get this like high pitched whine in your ear, like
Yeah, oh,
all
sure.
this stuff, this noise?
So
All
what's it
right.
about you?
Yeah. This is Holy Spirit trying to speak to me, but I have to raise my vibration to a state where I can actually connect with that. That high vibration
That's
signal.
great.
Yeah.
It's like somebody like, who's much faster speed than you
Yes. Yes.
trying to talk to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to talk to me. And so I have to raise my consciousness
Right.
to a level where I can connect with that. Or
Yeah.
it would have to lower its consciousness to a level where it can speak to me. But it will not lower. If it lowers itself to that, it'll probably forget what it came here for.
Yeah.
So and that willingness to open up to hear it is what, I think all we're being asked to do. So and that's what we were just talking about in the lesson. So, I'm willing to step up my consciousness to accept this step down message that's coming to me. And when I see it that way, and I just stop and listen and stop and put myself in that listening mode, then that high pitched whine goes away, and I actually do become a lot more receptive. But it has to be consciously done.
Yeah.
It just happens. So
Well, so when you step down, what tends to happen is the new world the new world that's created. What is that? Is that me echoing? I think I'm echoing a lot or something. I don't know. When I when the new world is not unaware of the world before it almost. Does that make sense?
yes, yeah, exactly.
Because the new world is I don't want to say stupider, but it's stupider.
Yeah,
It doesn't necessarily it's not aware of the world that it just stepped down from.
right, right.
Because
Because how could it be?
it's up to the same exactly. So it's up to in a sense it's up to the upper world of what's above the world that before it stepped down to reveal itself to the lower worlds.
Yes,
Since the lower world has no idea what's even there, it's like saying it's up to us to tell the fish that the world's out here. They have no idea there's a world out here. But if we wanted to somehow communicate to the fish that there's a world out here, I mean, the fish die out here. But let's just pretend that the fish didn't die out here. Those are the alligators, certain mammals live in both water and out here. And there was
right.
something we have no we have to we have to hope that somehow we have no access to that realm in a sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, just look at this. Why don't you dive down to the bottom of the ocean and see how long you can live in that?
Exactly,
Because that's the
exactly.
same thing. You
Yeah,
can't breathe water.
yeah,
So,
but it's there. We assume it's there. We assume it's there. We don't know that. Someone has to tell us. Someone has to show us that it's there.
yes,
So someone has to show us that there's another realm here, and by that will of that something else, we can't believe that's what we have to go to the truth. Truth doesn't come to us, and we have to the truth is revealed to us, and we're drawn to it. We can do
exactly.
nothing. We can do nothing. There's nothing we can do. No choice we can make. Nothing we can do to actually bring down the truth to us.
No, no,
We can only wait and hope that the truth is revealed to us by that which is smarter than us.
right. And we have to be open to hear it
Exactly.
and
That's what we do.
recognize that we can't do it ourselves.
Yeah, all we can
Of
do is
my
be
own
open to it.
self, I can do nothing, in fact.
We were talking about Elvis before. He was obviously open for a long time to just about everything. Remember the
Yeah,
movie? He said to him, "Do you want to play? What did he say to him? Do you want to play ball? Do you want to take a chance? Whatever the thing. Yeah, I want to do it. I want to do it." He could have just said, "No, no, I know you, and let me talk to my parents first, and I'm not sure." It sounds really weird. That was for rock and roll. What the hell is that? Yeah, who knows? He had thousand reasons why he wanted to take over the world. You
Yeah,
know?
that was a made up story anyways, so
Yeah, I know.
none of us were there. So
But I know, of course. The point is that he obviously at some point he could have at any point he could have said, "Ah, this is too much for me. This is ridiculous."
right,
At
absolutely.
any point, guys like him who are really for superstars. At any point, they could also they take as much as they can, as they can hold. At some point, they can't hold anymore. That's when they burn out
That's yeah.
or they quit.
And that's because they're like I said, that transformer is not working, and that's what happens when the transformer doesn't do its job. Then the recipient gets too much, and so
But then, as I said that in the Halloween thing. Sometimes certain people just take so much pleasure on purpose and they break it on purpose, and the explosion causes much more pleasure than ever could be imagined.
yeah,
You know, I mean, when people like Elvis and other superstars die, they become more famous afterwards because the amount of pleasure that was there, it comes out like a bomb.
right, right,
You know, and it's because they just took in so much for everybody,
yeah,
and then
and
and it exploded. And they didn't need to be there anymore. They couldn't take it anymore. But
yeah,
but they took as much as they possibly could as quickly as possible. And no one really could do that normally, except certain people with really large souls. Well, at least nobody wants to do it. Let's put it that way.
right, right. Yeah, and I think uh, that is obviously available for all of us, but
Well, yeah, but yeah, so is being a political leader available to all of us. Doesn't mean we can
right.
all do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, anyone can be a president. Well, sure, but
We noticed that. You
I
don't have to be qualified. All you
yeah,
have to
yeah. But the thing is, anyone, I can't be president. Trust me. I'm not gonna be able to be president. But anyone can be president, sure. But I'm not. You see what I'm saying? So anyone can be a superstar, but I mean, not everyone can be a superstar.
That's right. That's right.
That's what I
So
mean. So it's sort of like that. So and not everyone has a big enough soul to
yeah, it
do
takes a
something.
lot of responsibility, as Spider-Man
Yeah.
says. So
Not everyone can be a Spider-Man.
yeah. So I'm going to continue reading. But it is all God's consciousness relayed down through your higher self and enabling you to be as much aware of God, the real self of you, and the one self of all men. And for is he not all in all? Yes. As
Yes.
the channel of your darkened mortal mind has been illumined to perceive him and partake of his consciousness.
You know,
Uh,
it's really weird about it. We're just reading this the other day, and it's about how to communicate with other bodies, how to and essentially go into other bodies. If you think about it, only one higher self, right?
right,
Ultimately, so that we all exist in one place. We all exist as one property. We share the same properties.
right,
In actuality, we share the same properties. That means we exist in the same exact space. That means I can go. I should transfer to any place, any space I want to, and to any body I want to. All the bodies exist in the same place, right in front of me.
right.
You see what I'm saying? If I'm really at one with my ultimate self, all bodies are right in front of me. Just like all bodies are right in front of you. All bodies are right in front of myself. I should be able to go. All right, I'm here, but I'm also there.
Yes,
My
because we're
soul
all in all.
is exactly. My soul is the same as her soul,
Right,
and so my soul is her soul. So,
right.
so that we are. So that's the start of realizing that you can communicate with other bodies telepathically and just be there and feel what they're feeling, think what they're thinking.
Yeah,
Because it's just, if you, I mean, my soul is the same properties as your soul, which
yeah,
means they exist in the same time and space. We occupy the same space and time, put it that way. Or at a time.
absolutely.
Since we occupy the same space and time, we are the same body basically. Or we're observing the same body in just different variations. Everyone I see is a different variation of me,
That's right. That's right.
different variation of me on different levels of insanity. That's why put it that way. Everyone's different, just different levels of crazy of me.
That's hilarious, but it's absolutely true too.
Yeah,
And uh,
that's funny. That's funny, but it's true. It's true.
it's
Yeah, it's absolutely true. It's true. Well, everyone's different level of crazy of yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
All right.
then you're all right.
I know it.
Yeah.
You are so much of me. It just, in fact, I can always tell you're just
But
basically thinking the same stuff I'm
yeah,
thinking.
there's no distance between anybody. The distance is actually a thought, obviously, because it's all thought. And
Yes.
literally one thought. A thought is I am, or just I. It's only one point of view. And all these little images are happening in my mind, which is your mind, and everyone else's.
Yep. Yep. And you are a character in my dream, and I'm a character in your dream.
Yeah,
And and it's all the same dream, and we're the same dreamer,
yeah,
dreaming them all.
yeah.
Uh,
Exactly.
what was it?
I wonder what our name is. I guess the name is I.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, in this whole idea of the dream world.
Yeah, dream
Um,
illusions is just bodies,
yeah. So
body games.
a
Just body.
story I read a long time ago, I think I might have read it in that Yogananda book. I'm not even sure about a Native American chief or someone who or priest or whatever, and he fell asleep and had a dream, and he dreamed he was the caterpillar that was munching on whatever the uh, what do you call it, the milkweed, and he dreamed that he was the caterpillar and that he was eating the milkweed, and he made a cocoon, and when he came out of the cocoon he was a butterfly and he flew away, and then he woke up, and when he woke up he wondered, am I a caterpillar dreaming that I'm a man, or am I a man dreaming that I'm a caterpillar?
Mhm.
And I read that when I was probably 14 years old, and I was like, it just hit me. Yeah, that is which is it? Because who
Yeah.
knows for sure? Uh,
Well, let me mention this. Look around your room right now, where you are. Just look around. Now, are you in the room, or is the room in you?
yeah, the room is in me.
Oh yeah, but are you sure? Because maybe not. Maybe you're in the room. You can't even know really.
I can't even know, but I can know that I can close my eyes and be in another room.
Yeah, right. It makes more sense for people like us to recognize the inward ship of the room.
Yeah,
Because everything's inward. But the idea that you can look at it either way. I mean,
either.
obviously, you say to someone, "Are you in the room?" No, no, the room's with me. Okay, whatever, dude. You know what it means to be in the room. But no one really just walks around and thinking how easy it is to realize that everything's in you. Well, look at your room and say, "Am I in the room, or is the room in me?"
Yeah.
Well, the room's in me. It's obvious once you say that to yourself.
Right. Yeah, because and I mean there's it's some philosophy, I can't remember if it's solipsism or something like that. That may not even be it, but it is where you come to the notion, which I've done many times, where I've come to the place where I've actually known the only thing that's really here that I can be absolutely 100% sure of is me.
Yeah, that's a lot solipsism. It's
Yeah, I'm the only thing that
yeah.
I can be absolutely sure is here.
Yeah,
And all the
the
rest of
only,
it,
the only thing I read somewhere once we said don't get into argument with somebody over it. That's all.
yeah,
I exist. No, you know. Yes, you do. No, it's a silly argument to get over. I exist. I'm the only one that exists. No, I'm the only one that exists. I'm the only one that exists. But other than that, yeah, it's just no. You can't prove I exist. Well, that's we've talked about that many times, though. I mean, I'm in your dream and you're in my dream.
yeah. And why, how could you argue? Why would you even argue about it?
Exactly.
If you knew that that was true, then why would you even argue?
It's,
What do my own self is arguing
yeah,
with
what are you
me?
nuts?
My hand is arguing with my other hand, or my my knees
Yeah,
are arguing with my brain.
yeah.
Well, that doesn't happen. But
Especially since if I'm arguing with you about it, then it's a part of the story that I'm writing. Something I don't realize what I'm doing. It's like I'm arguing about it, and I'm making as part of the story, and then I'm forgetting that I'm arguing about it as part of the story, and then but which is also part of the story. I mean, I'm totally confusing myself for no reason.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I might as well just wake up and I'm much more clear that way.
Yeah, and so the idea And I'd find myself doing this all the time. In fact, right now I'm telling myself the story of how I'm telling this, as
Yeah,
if I'm going to tell somebody else about this later. Oh yeah, we had this conversation and this is what was said. I'm telling myself a story about the story I'm telling myself.
exactly. So all I can do when I hear all that stuff is say, all right, so what is God, what is he doing in all this? He is clarity. He is there. Forget all that. Take a deep breath and have a mental shot of coffee. Wake up. And don't get caught up in the confusion. And then if you are confused, and this is what I learned recently, the light, all the light you need, more than you could ever imagine, more than any other place where the pain is, where the suffering is, that's where you find that's where the revelations of love is.
Yes.
And then you can't be hurt because then anything you run into, you can experience and have no problem experiencing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then everything gives you love. Everything gives you God's love. If
Yes.
you, if you experience his love is everywhere.
Yes.
And then whatever you experience, whatever it is, and if you realize that the more God's love seems to be hidden from you, the more God's love seems to be not there, and you don't know where it is, the more that means that it is there. It's being hidden from you. You're suppressing it. It wants to get out.
Yeah.
I mean, it means you're making a bigger amount of darkness, and it wants to flood in. It's almost like you're creating a vessel and you don't realize what the vessel's for, so you're keeping it dark. You're keeping it dark.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
you, you're expanding your soul, but you're not letting anything into the soul. So you have an empty cup of water, but you don't put the water in there. You're just trying to drink the water in there. You're trying to drink with the water. So what you want to do is you want to just let it all out, let it all out, let it all in, let it all in, let it love in, let it all love in. And you do that by just experiencing the pain, because pain is just a sensation.
Yes.
Just emotional pain, just a feeling. No matter how
Yes.
much it hurts, man, how much it hurts, you get past it, but just attacking it the same way you attack anything else, with love,
Yes. Yes.
with the love that you have.
Yeah, and that's so interesting, Wayne. I was telling this story earlier, I think before you came in, that this morning, in the mornings, I watch a lot of different little clips and reels and things, and something that came up on my feed, and it was just a clip from a movie, and it was, I don't even want to go into the detail of the story, but it was something that was just heart-wrenching when you watch it and listen to it and thought about it, it was heart-wrenching and like I watched it like 5 times.
Mm,
And as I'm sitting there, first I'm like getting little tears in my eyes. Then after I've been watching it a few times, it just becomes hitting me how vulnerable and beautiful and how powerful love is. And it just all these wonderful feelings came across me, and I was just sitting here just bawling my eyes out. I was
yeah,
just I started out crying because it was a sad situation, but as I absorbed it more and more and more and recognized the power of the love that was being expressed in every part of the whole thing, every bit of it was love being expressed in a different way. And I was just sitting here bawling, like sobbing, because of this. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to cut this out because I'm going to be going on YouTube here in a little bit. And I don't want to look like I've been sitting here crying my eyes out. But that's it. When you begin to see the beauty
exactly. And
of this,
you use it was perfectly because you see vicarious pain. It was vicarious because it wasn't happening to you. It was on a clip, and so that's how we should see all pain.
yes.
It's vicarious. We're seeing it on a clip,
Hmm.
and if we do it that way, we can really delve into it and have fun in a strange
Yeah.
way because we won't be attached to it. We won't be identified with it. Is a better word for it. As though it's me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if I'm feeling that, if I'm watching something, if I'm watching me, what I call me, the body Wayne, the body brain Wayne, and if I'm watching me go around and crying over I lost this or I can't find this or something terrible happened and I can't get out of the body and all the pain's there, I should pan out on the body.
Yeah,
That's all you can do. You pan it on the body completely, and
yes,
you see things from the mind's perspective.
yes,
Well, it seems simple. The funny thing about this whole teaching is that it's pretty simple. Once you realize that everything comes from mind, then everything is love. Love is all there is.
yeah,
The love and all our job is to we have two choices. Only two choices is either to give the love or ask for the love.
that's it.
And that's why the ego is no big deal. All the ego is really doing is begging for love.
That's it.
And then it has a funny way of trying to get the love.
Exactly. Exactly.
And just like my dog, still to this day has no idea what love is and taxes Daisy all the time.
Yeah.
We went out. Oh, that's I want to go out alone. He wants to go out alone. I mean, Daisy's not coming. All of these different triggers for my dog, but one it means that something exciting. Whenever something exciting is about to happen, it means that he doesn't want to share it. Why should he share? He wants all the love he can get.
Oh yeah. And
It's amazing. And then Daisy's so cute. She just says she waits now. She'll wait till he leaves and gets to the car. He always attacks when she leaves the apartment, leaves the house. Yes, when he attacks. So he doesn't want her coming. And yes, and they make up and they get along really well. It's just all these little parts of the house that he attacks her, or these little times. I'd say once a while, twice a week.
oh my
She fights
gosh.
back eventually, and then when she fights back, he runs away. But until then, she's
Yeah.
very. But
It's
it's,
patient. Okay.
but there's a good study on human nature. Humans are like that also.
I love it. That's
All
hilarious.
special relationships are based on that. Don't take my love away from me.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
mine. It's mine. It's mine.
It's mine.
You know.
Okay. And oh my gosh, yeah. It is gosh, it's the state of the world. You just see it everywhere. So your dogs are your teachers. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. So let me see. I'm going to continue reading.
But,
Um, it is said that to know God, man must first know himself. And when you truly know that you are not a thing of flesh and blood, but are a human soul or a center of consciousness, clothed by a garment of flesh, even as your soul clothes your real or Christ self, the Holy Spirit or consciousness of God, as we have shown above, you can begin to understand how God is actually within you, is you. Now let us consider you first as a soul, a center of consciousness, and then we will try to show you the relation of your soul to your human mind and your higher spiritual self. So now he's going to talk us through how this works.
yeah.
So you in your integrity are a soul and are pure consciousness. In other words, you are that which is conscious or aware of all that comes to you from without, through the avenue of your five senses, or through vibrations which they are not sensitive enough to perceive, such as impressions or thoughts, or from other centers of consciousness, which is what we call the clairs, the clairvoyant, clairaudient, all that.
Right.
All of these sensations are brought to your consciousness through the mediumship of your human mind, while the vibrations mentioned are received directly by the soul and are interpreted to the mind according to how the mind has been prepared to understand them. So the message comes from the higher level to the
And then each
mind depending on its
is
ability.
it or is it individual the course is individualized. So they said that each center of consciousness has almost like its own story
Yeah,
that it's trying to work from. And its own, you can almost say its own ability to get through the story, and limit the amount of become aware that it is a story. And to the extent
exactly.
that you become aware of the story, you become aware of your center, and you move to the higher self, and then you move to the highest ultimate self, the universal self.
Yeah, And
Which-
the only one who can, I'm the only one who can follow my path.
Right.
You know, that's why the Bible says the way is narrow, is because it only is my footprints.
Somehow I seem to be able to get into your path and say hello, right? Somehow.
Yeah,
I don't know how, but somehow, I mean, I'm here somehow. I think I'm here. I don't know. It's like that Star Trek where maybe I'm the one here said Neelix. And then the Bolano said, "No, I'm here. Trust me, I'm here." I really wasn't. It's like that. So, I mean, I'm here. I guess somehow we intuitively know there's somebody out there. I don't know but then I say, I'm same time I'm not here. That's what I'm saying. I'm in the room, but I'm not in the room. I'm in your dream, but I'm not in your dream. I'm in
right.
your dream, but you're also in my dream.
That's right.
So somehow we manage to go to do the impossible. We go through the barrier that you can't go through.
Yes. But your dream and my dream are not the same, even though they may coincide.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I'm
It's
seeing
similar.
things my way, you're seeing things your way, because it looks like we're all in one big effed up dream here, and
Right.
everybody has their own point of view. And
Yes.
that's why there's so much strife, is because we're not arguing over the facts, we're arguing over our opinion about the facts.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's in their own world. Even they use even number of worlds just in your town. Everyone looks at you. They have their own version of you.
Yeah,
There's even a number of yous running around. I mean, if I walk down the street and infinite number, this is thousands of yous. You walk around and you get on YouTube, and everyone that sees you, everyone thinks of you, always thinks of you in their own from their own point of view. So in a sense, your point of view, you're different to everyone you meet. Everyone you meet, you're different to that person than you are to everyone else. So you are existing in the world, in the dream, in a separate dream to everybody. You're a little bit different to everybody. So you are, in a sense, this is thousands of you. And that's how you do this parallel universes. That's where you use this in parallel universes in everyone's mind.
yeah, billions, billions and billions and billions.
Yeah, of minds. And same thing with me, same with everyone. I exist in all the minds. I have two daughters, and my wife. I exist three different ways right there.
Yeah, and we're all different,
It's like three
including your
worlds,
dog too.
three worlds, and then three worlds the other way. So it's 15 worlds from this house.
Yeah.
That's why it's hard to get along sometimes. There's a lot of different worlds fighting.
That's very
Billions of people
small.
around this man. So,
Okay, so let me continue. As a soul or consciousness, you are distinct from your human mind, for the mind serves merely as an instrument to receive and inform you of what comes form without the matter world of matter. So it's a sending and receiving station is what it is. It's a sending and receiving
what's that?
the mind.
Mind, yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
all it does is
that's what I call the soul, the mind and soul, a vessel, a receiving apparatus,
yeah,
something to get all the joy that you need. And it's also a good word for us, a channel. It's a channel. The joy comes in, and then you can release it outwards.
exactly, exactly. So let's see. Yeah, yeah.
Everlasting release, of course, today in the lesson. It was everlasting. I think it was or maybe it was what is, where we experienced everlasting release in the resurrection. I think it said.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Everlasting release.
I like that.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. So yet your mind is in reality an outer extension of your soul consciousness, slowed down to the mental capacity of your human brain. They're serving as your agent in the informing you of all things going on in the physical world and the carrying out of your instructions pertaining to that world. In that partial and necessarily limited consciousness, your mind grew to think itself a self and separate from you in your soul consciousness. In this fancied separateness, it gradually filled its consciousness with all those wrong concepts and beliefs about physical and mental things spoken of above. which grew so real and tangible in its consciousness that they in time ruled all your thought, speech, and actions. And this outer and fancied separate consciousness is what constitutes your lower or mortal self.
Going crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Wayne, would you like to just talk for a minute? I have cats fighting in my backyard. I have to run out there and
Sure, sure.
save them. All right.
I'll just read. I'll continue reading on. We want me to read on it, or should I just start from where we were? I'll read on. I guess. Then the higher self, the spirit of God deep within you, is the real you. Is the self that has ever been directing all activities of your life, has been actually doing all through you, knows just what he is doing, assumes the responsibility, and evidently sees the end before the beginning. I've always found it hard. What does that mean? He sees everything and does everything for us, through us, and as us. And all I can say for that is that you just ask yourself, do I have to? I don't have to do anything to get what I want out of life. I don't have to do anything because God can do everything for me. So if I find, I have to get out of the house. I have to get there on time, or I'm gonna get fired. I don't have to get there on time. I'm not gonna get fired. I can get there late if I want and not get fired. The have to, so I can get rid of all of them and still get there on time, not get there on time. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I do. I can do whatever I want. It really doesn't matter because what I'm doing in this world is all, if I do it from love, I do it from caring, I do it from compassion, it doesn't really matter what I do at all. Because the love and the compassion, that's God in this world, that's God in this realm. And that will guide me. That's me acting that's me acting as myself, as God's self, as my God's self. Because the alternative is what? Disconnection, no love, no caring, unhelpfulness. That's the ego. That's the ego stuff. That's choosing not to be loving and caring, not to bring God into the picture. Push him out of the way. But most of the time, we can't really do this. Listen, we're always at home alone. We're always hanging out with two or three people. But if we're really in the workplace, we're out there doing our thing. Or if something really hits us, or some jealousy hits us with our wife or our spouse or something, it's very hard to just kind of get out there and be a real tough guy. Take it on the chin. Smile and laugh at all your challenges and care anyhow and love anyhow. But if you get that done, you're halfway home. That's what it means, I think, to have God working through you and as you. What would God do in this situation? He'd forgive and he'd love, and then if you have to, he'd walk away. Maybe he'd stick around.
All right, I'm back.
Hey, all right.
Uh,
We have 6 minutes.
okay. A little out of breath. Stupid cats.
The cats are driving me crazy.
All right.
Cat fights are loud.
Oh man. And we just have a cat that's a bully who lives in the neighborhood and likes to come over here and fight with our cats.
He has love problems also.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. All right. Then you can realize that of your human self, you do nothing and never did anything. That all the power, knowledge, and life you have comes from your higher self. And that if you ever wish to be, to do, or to have anything, and to gain the freedom, happiness, and peace your soul seeks, it behooves you to get well acquainted with that self, to learn to cooperate with him, and to wait upon and serve him in all the activities of your life. So, that's us
Yeah.
looking to our higher self to be our guide, our leader.
And what does he say? Whenever you ask yourself, what should I do? He goes, to me, it's the same thing. Get out there and love and do things for people and make doing things for others make you happy.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
doesn't mean you have to, I don't mean breaking your back and doing things that is horrible and have people take advantage of you, but just make your intention for the day to make others happy and make them, when I was younger, make as quick as possible. But when I was younger, and I found out there was Santa, when I looked at my house, I was in the house and I was sleeping, it was the morning, I looked at my door and I saw my brother bringing down the presents and put them under the tree. Or the night before, whatever it was. And I remember I was really upset that what's going on? I want to be a part of that. That's what I remember learning about No Santa. No one told me. That's what I remember. And I remember looking back on it, what's cool about that is that he was so excited to be giving,
Aw.
right? Oh, I get to be Santa. I want to be Santa. Cool. And I wanted to do it also. I wanted to be one of the people who gives the presents and puts the presents under the tree and I knew I didn't care if there was no Santa. I wanted to be the Santa myself. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. I have the intention to be the Santa
Yeah.
during the day. I have the intention to be the giving, to be like the love, to be the love of God. 'Cause then you're in line with His will, and then you let it flow. And just you don't have to think about your actions. Whatever you do, you do. And then you fall down, you get back up. You probably laugh at yourself. And also, you're scared. Oh my God, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah.
All right. Our time is about up. I'm going to go ahead and close out this YouTube
All
and play
right.
a song.
All righty. Bye, everybody.
Thank you all. So
Brothers
grateful for you.
everywhere. It's good to see y'all.
We have
Thank you.